Hey guys, welcome back to the Hunting Grounds channel. As I told you guys, this season I'm not just going to be bringing you hunting videos and management videos, but everything that I do here on the Hunting Grounds. So it may be home improvement, it may be land management, it might be some hunting, it might be raising some of my farm animals, or doing a vehicle build and a vehicle reveal like we've got today. I am super excited to announce that I have a new vehicle to work on. It's one that I've been looking to get for a very long time. This one means a lot to me because I have been looking for one of these for a very long time. And with nothing else to do, I want to introduce you to the Ozark 4Runner. Well, all right, here she is, the Ozark 4Runner is what I'm going to call it. I'm going to probably put a decal or something on it. Got a lot of plans for this thing. Right now, it's just to get it on the road is the first plan. And I did get it licensed yesterday. Had a little bit of issues with the old title. Got it all fixed. And I'm going to put license plates on it here in just a little bit and take it on its first ever voyage, or like guess like at least legal voyage, and the first time for me to fill it up. So kind of excited. We'll drive about 30-35 minutes down the road and go get it filled up. It's going to be the first time get to put gas in it, so excited about that. Now we'll tell you right off the bat, these tires are a little worn, they're a little dry rotted, and so they are safe to drive on. I've tested them, I've had them aired up now for probably close to a month, like I said, because I've driven around the farm and everything. Because we had problems with the title, I wanted to test it out, so we've driven it just around here. The wheels are pretty cool, but I will tell you, I am already working on getting brand new tires and brand new wheels on this thing, just to make it more reliable and to make it look a little or a lot better. Now this is one of those vehicles that you just hear about, like a granny owned grocery getter, and that's exactly what this is. This is a second generation 4Runner. It's a 1995 with 120 something thousand miles on it, and a grandma literally owned it. It's here local. It's been literally only one owner, and she has taken pretty good care of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Granny can't back up or turn very good, I don't think, because there are dents and little scratches and dings all over this thing on the bumpers, and luckily they make them pretty tough, so it really hasn't done much damage. But otherwise, even the interior is pretty mint. I don't think anybody has ever even ridden in the back seat. The front seats are really good shape. The driver's seat is the only thing on here that shows any wear other than one crack in the dash, if you're talking the interior. So take a look here. I mean, look at this seat. This is a 1995 model. I did put the floor mats in. The other floor mats were dirty, worn out. The carpet is in pretty good shape, as you can tell. I left it all uncleaned so far, so it's not been cleaned. You can see there's a little grime in here. She probably spilled a little bit of her coffee. Pretty dang cool vehicle here. You can see there's the crack in the dash. I am going to get these windows tinted and might even re-tint the back windows. They look to be in pretty good shape, so if I can find a tint that will match these pretty well, I'll do that. Now take a look at this back seat here. This is what is really impressive as you come in here. I mean, there's no worn signs on here. If you pull this up, let me show you here. Now remember, I have not cleaned this at all. If you pull this up, look how clean it is underneath. There is nothing. There's no candy, there's no chips, there's nothing in here, and it's not ever been vacuumed. It's just that clean. I mean, it's even clean underneath here. Everything is clean on this, and it doesn't even look like the jack's probably maybe been used once. Door panels are in really good shape. Armrests are in really good shape, which should be, since no one's really ever ridden back here. Gas cap works, gas gauge works. You can see there's a little ding here. She's hit something a little bit there. We've got a pretty good gash in here. This is cool. You can see Clark Toyota, Springdale, Arkansas. That stayed here in the local area. The area I bought this from, that was only about 20 minutes away, and then where I bought it's 20 minutes away, so from where I got it. So this has been in the general 30, 40, 50 minute area probably all its life. It's a SR5 V6. It's got the old license plate on it. You can see those dings there pretty good. I am going to replace the taillights. I'm looking at trying to find some really nice kind of tinted taillights that look really good on this. Thinking about, I mean, the paint's not in bad condition. If you come up to the hood, I'll show you the hood here. Of course, this is notorious on these. The clear coat has come off. You can see that where the clear coat has come off down through there. You can see the line there. Otherwise, this paint is in really good shape. But what I'm thinking about doing is actually doing something like a rhino line or some kind of covering on the whole thing. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you've done it and what you suggest on doing, because that's kind of what I'm looking for. I think it's going to be cool. This is my off-road vehicle. I manage a lot of different properties around the area. This is what I can take on the properties instead of beating around my travel truck. And I don't know, maybe I'll just drive this everywhere all the time. It does have a little bully bar on it. It's a little loose. You can kind of hear it rattle around there, so needs to be fixed a little bit there. Something got in her way here. Don't know if it was a small animal, deer. She hit it pretty good. That little piece of that fender, it actually rubs against the tires there just a little bit, so I need to get that fixed. You can tell the tires have some bad wear on them. You can see some of the dry rot that's going on there. The little side steps down here are in really good shape. I'm actually probably going to take those off and kind of get something a little different, that's metal, that's tucked up a little closer to it. Because what I'm thinking about doing is I don't really want to put much of a lift on it. I want this to be off-road capable and on-road capable. So if I can keep as much fuel mileage as I can, I'm going to do that. On the tires and the wheels that I'm doing here, I'm not looking for a wider wheel, maybe slightly larger. These are 31 1050s that are on here. So they sit pretty well on the 4Runner right now. But if I can go and I can put a side step in there that's more one of those metal bar side steps that's more tucked up underneath, I think it will give it a higher profile look. And so that's what I'm going to do there. And it'll give it some support. I would like to do something with the bumpers. Not for sure yet what to do with the bumpers. I'm not really a big fan of chrome. I like to take away the chrome. Maybe I'll put fender flares, cover up these little chrome pieces above the tires. But I would like to do something completely different with the bumpers. I have ordered replacement headlights and interior lights, because don't get me wrong, there's like no light inside. Like there's like an orange dim light at night, and that's about it. I guess I just didn't think people drove these things at night, because these don't light up about 2 feet in front of you. The headlights don't. So I am putting brand new LED headlights in the front. I'd like to replace all of them, and I'm replacing all the lights inside as well. Now this thing is 4-wheel drive. The 4-wheel drive and everything works. I'm actually going to pop the hood real quick. Then pop the hood, show you how easy this works. Just like that. I mean, how easy is that? So I've not cleaned the engine whatsoever, and you can tell neither has the previous owner for the most part. There is a little bit of oil leak around some of these little valve covers, which is to be expected. Before I got it, because it had been sitting a while, they did put a new mass air filter on it. I believe new belts, changed the oil, and you can see it's actually really clean. I mean, for it being a 95, it is exceptionally clean. This one has the notorious V6 3.0. They're just known for being slow. Slow, but reliable. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, so I am in the interior now, which is a relief because I can get in here. What did I do with the keys? I mean, I literally had the keys right here. Did I bring the keys inside? Ugh. You for real? Ugh. Run inside to look for the keys, and they were in my pocket the whole time. Now, this grandma and I might as well be friends. She's pretty cool. On her keychain here, she's got, I'm a believer. It's got the American flag. And I believe I've seen it somewhere in here. I don't know where it's at. She had I voted sticker, so that's pretty cool. So let's start her up. I'm gonna show you how everything works on this thing. It's pretty remarkable. Alright, I'm gonna turn down the air a little bit so it doesn't make too much noise for you guys on here, but everything works flawlessly. When I got it, the AC didn't work, and they said that it had previously. I charged it, and it blows so stinking cold that it will freeze you out. I can promise you that. Now, all the gauges up here work. That's what really impresses me probably the most. It's a 1995, and everything works. The gas gauge, your oil pressure, everything works perfectly. There's no indicator lights that anything is going wrong on this thing. Everything works, the blinkers, the tilt, all the timing on the windshield wipers, cruise control, and if you go in here, everything works here. Radio works, clock works, defrost works, hazards work. Now I'm sweating in here. Now I don't have the AC on so you guys can hear me, but look here, the back window. Watch. I was so excited about it. It works great. And if you don't know, you have to put the back window down to even open the hatch. So it's kind of a nice little security thing, but sometimes a pain in the butt too. But you do have the option of that. Now I'm going to turn on the AC just a little bit here. Woo! Boy, it is warm and toasty in here, and it wouldn't get any cooler if I rolled down the windows, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, why do you roll down the windows? Well, it wouldn't help. Taking a look at the interior lights, there's not much that turn on when you open up these doors. You can see these little red indicator lights here. These glow. They're red and they glow, and they're from 1995. They are not bright. You can barely see anything in here. So yeah, we're replacing the lights in here, and it's going to be a lot brighter. Now, here's some things that are pretty cool. Like, if you have worked on any old cars, you know there's just pieces of these old cars that just do not last, such as the cup holder. That thing is never working. It's never in one piece, but right there, it's in one piece. Let's take a look here. It's kind of got a cool console. It's got a two-piece console. You got the top, and you got the bottom there. Oh, there you go. There's the I voted down there in the bottom, and some lip balm. Granny and I will not be sharing a lip balm. Ah! That's gross. Don't really think about that. Now this is cool. You ready for this? This is a sunroof. I've never owned a vehicle with a sunroof, and look how easy it opens. Just like so. You can have the sun right in your eyes, and if you're bald, give yourself sunburn. Luckily, I'm not that way. I thought this was a little different. To close it, you do have to push this little side button and then hold the close button at the same time. There you go, and then you can close it. Yeah, close that. That's hot. Whew, okay. Show you the lights work. Bam. Bam. Lights work. Everything works. I do wish these visors would stay up a little higher. Maybe they used to. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they even used to, because they both stay just like that. Radio works. It doesn't work great because that's probably one of the worst things on this vehicle is the antenna. Like 3/4 of it is missing. But I'm not too worried about that because I drive a lot without the radio on anyway. I like to hear the wind. I like to hear the road. That's me. I like to hear it driving down the road. All the buttons here work. They work pretty good. I mean, that's not too shabby. That goes up and down pretty good for 1995. I mean, it's even got the auto button. That's cool. Now, if there wasn't a little help that was needed, it was probably the back windows. They're a little slow. There they go. They get really slow. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. Let's get back up there. Get up. Come on. Alright, that needs a little bit of work. Might just go ahead and put that button on so no one rolls them down. So there you have it. That's the Ozark 4Runner. I call it the Ozark 4Runner because I live here in the Ozarks, and it's going to be beating up backwood trails here in the Ozarks for here as long as it can. I mean, I am so excited about this. This means a lot to me because I've been looking for one of these since I don't know when, forever. I've wanted one since I was a kid. My Uncle Leon always had a 4Runner, it seemed like. I'd always bug him to sell it to me as soon as I could get any money, and he never did. I remember him having at least a first gen, and I think probably a second gen. Pretty excited about this. I like them both, and I've been really impressed with this. It's just rare to find one that is in this good a shape. There's like zero rust on it, pretty much zero problems with it. I am probably going to go ahead and change out the timing belt and replace some of them valve cover gaskets and maybe the oil pan gasket, because it has been sitting a little bit and those tend to dry out anyway. And then I'm going to start doing some of these small repairs with the lights, and then I'm going to do the tires and the wheels and hopefully some fender flares and the paint job. And then from there, I'm just going to keep on building. I'd like to do bumpers, I'd like to do light bars or racks or something, because this is going to be hauling chainsaws and logs and wood and dead animals, everything. So I want to have this thing fully equipped to go wherever I want to go and haul whatever it is that I want to haul. So gonna get it probably into the shop pretty soon, just to go ahead and do like a full checkup on it, check out the brakes, check out all the fluids, and maybe change anything that needs to be, and just make sure it is sound and ready to go. But if you guys own a 4Runner, you guys know why I'm so excited about this. These things are just fun. They're tanks. I love that I can fit the family in here, and we can go down to the creek and have fun, and we can get all the way down to the creek and not have to worry about anything. And I want this thing to be able to have fun in. I don't want it to be one of those mint condition perfect vehicles. As you can tell, the body is not that way. I like to use everything to the full extent, but take care of it at the same time. That's why I was thinking about doing some kind of like rhino lining or something on the exterior. Looking for some suggestions there, what would work, or some companies to maybe even look at. But here it is. I hope you guys are excited for this build. I'm going to take you guys along as I build this thing up, as I put wheels and tires and lights and try it out everywhere. I'm going to take you guys along with me. Speaking of, let's go get some gas. First things first. She fits. Alright, so driving down the driveway here. It's a long driveway. There's a little bit of rattling in the front end. I believe it's to deal with the bumper and the bully bar that's up there in front. You'll hear a little bit of rattling. Otherwise, you can hear it there. It's a pretty sturdy, tight driving vehicle. There's not a lot of play in the steering. You don't feel weird vibrations. This is a pretty rough driveway. I mean, it's a dirt road. I'm pretty happy with it. So why have a sunroof if you are not going to use it, right? Nice. Look at that. That's cool. This 1995 Toyota 4Runner, driven by Grandma, apparently didn't get off-road much, which I'm not complaining about. Now, even though the 3.0 gets a lot of flack with being really slow, it does really good. I live in the hill country here in the Ozarks, like I mentioned. Even these paved roads are up and down and around corners, and it holds its own. It has no problem cruising at 55. It shifts when it needs to. It's not going to win the 0 to 60 race by any means, and it's not got that much acceleration. But that's not what I'm in for it for. I'm in for it to go off-roading, to go on the back roads, and I'm not trying to beat any time, so I'm in the back country. We've arrived. Apparently the fuel gauge is off. Once that half a tank on there, she's full. Well, all right. Well, there's something wrong with the vehicle. I guess that's not too shabby. So anyway, just super blessed to have this thing. You know, to have one thing wrong with it, I think the gauges are all just a little bit off, which is kind of to be expected. They usually tend to do that. They just get worn out. But otherwise, we're going to have a lot of fun in this thing. We're going to be taking it off-roading. We'll be taking in all the properties. I'm excited about the build. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do to this thing, if you guys have owned a 2nd gen or a 4Runner and there's things that you did to it that you did like or didn't like, I'd like to see those down in the comments so I can get some ideas to kind of run with this thing on. No pun intended. Well guys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe so you see any of the 4Runner videos or any of the other videos that I have on my channel. And until next time, have a better than average day.
Won't you tickle it?